So I need to give you this warning that Russia is now threatening to attack U.S. facilities. That is what Vladimir Putin just said today. Now, I've been talking about this for the past several days. Actually been talking about Russia, Ukraine, and the United States getting involved in a little bit of a increased conflict. Tensions continue to increase to the point where it is almost imminent that we are going to go to war. But the concern here is when? Well, if it happens, according to reports, it will happen under the Biden administration and could lead into the Trump administration. So, I want to break down what's going on at this time, explain what this means for all of us, people here in the United States and abroad. But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So look at this right here. This will tell you that this is more than just a little bit of a tension, some simmering conflicts. We're on the verge of a war. Look at this.
4 days after President Biden allowed Ukraine to strike parts of Russia with U.S.-built and proffered missiles, Putin is threatening to retaliate with strikes against U.S. facilities and says his military hit Ukraine today with a medium-range hypersonic ballistic missile.
Okay. He's threatening to strike U.S. facilities. Now, what they did not say is exactly which facilities he is talking about hitting. Well, look at this. This report also came out today. It says Russia threatens to attack new U.S. base in Poland with advanced weapons. Now, I want to read you a little bit of this article, and the reason why I want to read this to you is simple. Poland would be an act of war, okay? Not necessarily coming at the United States, hitting us here on U.S. soil, but again, it's going after an ally. Let me read this to you. It says Moscow leveled the warning after saying the opening of the ballistic missile defense base located in the town of Redzikowo near the Baltic coast would lead to an increase in overall nuclear damage. It says, given the nature and level of threats posed by such Western military facilities, the missile defense base in Poland has long been added to the list of priority targets for potential destruction, which, if necessary, can be executed with a wide range of advanced weapons. Okay, here's the thing that I think is very interesting. Just the other day, we heard from our Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. He said that this is not really an imminent threat, right? Nothing to worry about. We've heard this before where Vladimir Putin, waves his nuclear weapons and we all just cower to him. Well, no, that's not the way it works. With Russia putting together and supplying, bomb shelters, okay, the mobile bomb shelters as well. This is concerning. But look at this. This article came out today. It said Russia fires missiles at Ukraine after Kyiv's first use of long-range American missiles inside Russia. Well, what we learned was these were not intercontinental ballistic missiles, weren't ICBMs. Okay, these were IRBMs. Right now, and all this happened because President Biden decided he was going to approve anti-personnel mines for Ukraine. But these aren't even shipping yet. This is approved, but the Pentagon has not even shipped these. And they may not ship these until December. So again, we still have another week or so. But what Russia was doing is they were testing a new intermediate range ballistic missile on Ukraine. That's what hit Ukraine. Not an ICBM, okay? An IRBM. Now I want to read a little bit of this to you as well. Look at this. It says Ukraine's Air Force said a ballistic missile hit the central Ukrainian city of Dnipro, saying it was launched from the Astrakhan region in southeastern Russia, more than 770 miles away. Ukrainian officials said It and other rockets damaged an industrial facility, a rehabilitation center for people with disabilities, and residential buildings. 3 people were injured, according to this report. Okay, now, here's what the United States has done. The U.S. simply briefed Ukraine ahead of Putin's experimental intermediate range ballistic attack. Says the U.S. warned Kyiv an experimental ballistic missile could be used against Ukraine. Yeah, it was used. But when you look at all these different stories, all the different reports, all the different interviews, the statements, okay, the PR blitz that's coming out from Russia and from Ukraine and from the United States as well, everything tells us the exact same story, that these tensions continue to rise to the point of we are headed towards a war. Now, here's the thing you need to understand. The United States, and this is something we've heard of many times before, that the United States is considering giving Ukraine, okay, their nuclear weapons. Keep in mind, the United States took away Ukraine's nuclear powers. Okay, we took these away years ago, whenever it was. Okay, but in exchange for taking away their nuclear powers, we were actually going to give them assistance. We were going to provide military support to the country of Ukraine. Well, here's what President Biden, according to reports, is considering. Let's just give Ukraine their nuclear weapons back, and then Ukraine and Russia can go at it themselves. Pull the United States out of it entirely. Well, this is exactly what we've heard of before. We've heard of plans of this, and even Vladimir Putin knew this was coming, because a while back he said that if the Western allies decide to give Ukraine weapons and Ukraine uses those weapons against Russia, well, Russia is going to take that as the country that gave Ukraine those weapons. They are also involved. So the United States just giving Ukraine back their nuclear weapons doesn't do us any good. It only makes it look like we are trying to get Ukraine to attack Russia in a nuclear sense. That right there could be troubling. Now, where does this leave us? Well, here's the problem. According to the Biden administration and multiple White House officials, they're all saying the same thing. The Biden administration is trying to expedite any money, okay, any additional funding, any weapons, everything they can. They want to give it to Ukraine before January 20th. Because at that point, it will not be President Biden. It will be former President Biden and President Trump. When this happens, again, it's going to happen on January 20th, 2025, so in less than 2 months. When this happens, President Trump is going to try to, and most likely succeed based off the reports we've been seeing, he will likely try to end this war with Russia and Ukraine. By him attempting to end this war on day one, which he said he could do, by him trying to do this, this is what is causing Democrats and the Biden administration to fast track everything to Ukraine. This is why these anti-personnel mines are going to be headed to Ukraine probably within the next couple weeks. This is why the Biden administration reversed its policy and said that yes, Ukraine can use long-range missiles to attack Russia. But again, all this stuff is now increasing the tensions between Russia and the United States. And what the world doesn't want is Russia, the United States, or China to be in a war with one another. If that happens, it would be a world war. So, I will leave you with that, but that is what we know as of today. So again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.